Hello viewers, welcome again to my YouTube channel. I am Mr. MK. Today I would like to take you through mathematics lesson. Our topic for today is area of part of a circle. Let's do this question together. The figure below shows two intersecting circles with center P and Q and radius 5 cm and 6 cm respectively. AB is a common chord of length 8 cm. This question carries 10 marks. Now let's do this question together. I think you see AP is 5 cm, AQ is 6 cm, AB, that is common chord, is the length of A and B is 8 cm. The question says calculate the length of PQ and also the size of angle APB and the size of angle AQP and also the area of the shaded region. Now let's do this question together. Now calculate the length of PQ. I think that you're going to extract this triangle as you see APQ. Now let's draw solution. This is the triangle APQ. That one looks like this. That is P, here is Q, and here is also A. That is APQ. AP is 5 cm and the AQ is 6 cm. AQ is 6 cm. And from the question says calculate the length of P and Q. P and Q we don't have. For that case now, let's say P is X and Q is Y. Now how do you get the length of P and Q? The length of P and Q, is now X plus Y. The length of PQ is X plus Y. Wherever you get it here, you add it. Now the length of PQ is X plus Y. For that case now, using Pythagorean theory, you can get this, the length of this triangle first. Now here we have said the total from here up to here is 8 cm, which means here is now a half of 8, which is 4. Here you have 4. Now using Pythagorean theory you can get it. Now for the case of X, you can say using Pythagorean theory, square of 5 and square of 4. Square of 5 is 25. The square of 4 is 5 squared is 25, and 4 squared is 16 minus 16. For that case for the case of X, it will be now the square root of what you have, 25 minus 16. 25 minus 16 is what? 25 minus 16 is 9. 25 minus 16 is 9. Now the square root of 9 will be 3. X is now 3. For that case you have got for the first triangle. Let's go to the other one now. Using the same, you can get it using Pythagorean theory. We have here is 4, we have here as 6. Now for the case of Y, now the square of square of 6 is 36. 6 square is 36 minus 4 square is 16. 4 square is 16. Now Y will be now the square root of what we have. 36 minus 16 is what? 36 minus 16 is 20. Now the square root of 20 will be what? The square root of 20 is the square root of 20 will be now, it is just like this, 2 2 to 5. I think it is the same as, now you can get square root of 20 by using also a calculator to give you the same answer as that one. 20 square root of 20 will be 4.472. This 2 raised to 2 to 5 is also similar. 2 root 5 will be 4.472. I think it is similar. For that case now, the length of PQ will be now, the length of PQ will be the length of PQ will be, now you add, just take this one, 2 root 5 plus 3. 2 root 5 plus 3. 2 root 5 is just the same as, it is 2 root 5 is just the same as 4.472 plus 3, now will be 4.4721. The length of PQ will be now, PQ will be 7.4721. That is the length of P and Q. We'll go to the next question now. The next question says, calculate the size of angle APB. The size of angle APB. Let's first draw this triangle the way it is. I think let's sketch it first. I think this is my triangle. Now here is the length of, the question says calculate the length of APB. APB. Let's say here is P, here is A, and here is B. Here is A, here is B. For that case now, the length of AP, you already have it as 5 centimeter. 5 centimeter. And here also, I think you have, here is also, we have 4 centimeter. The length of the A to P is 5 centimeter. A to P is 5 centimeter, and A to P is also, the length of common chord we have 8 divided by 2, that is 4. Now for that case, how do you get the size of this angle now? The size, let's say here is theta. Let's say here is theta. Now how do you get? Remember, for this angle, which one is opposite? 4 is opposite. Now we have opposite, we have hypotenuse, but you don't have adjacent. You use this formula, this SOHCAHTOA, to get it. SOHCAHTOA. You use SOHCAHTOA to get that. Now I think you have 2 triangles here. Now first you get the now whatever you get, you multiply by 2, because it is 2 triangles, 2 intersecting the triangle. Now, so using SOHCAHTOA, it is easy for you to get SOHCAHTOA, that is sine, SOHCAHTOA is sine, is equals to opposite all over adjacent. Opposite to this angle, which one is opposite? 4 is opposite. Opposite over hypotenuse. Hypotenuse here is 5. Now 4 divided by 5, now you get it. Now how do you go this? To get the angle now, you just say, using your calculator, you say shift sine inverse of, into bracket, 4 over 5. Sine inverse of 4 over 5. That one will be 53.13. 53.13. That will be sine inverse of this one will be now. That one is 53.13. Now we have 2 triangles here. You multiply by 2. You multiply by 2. 53.13. You multiply by 2, which will be 106.26. 106.26 106.26 degrees. That will be, or that is 106.26. Now that will be the angle APB. The angle is now P. P we have got as 106.26. Let's move to the other question. Calculate the angle of AQB. AQB. I think it is similar. Just draw. Just we sketch it. For better understanding, just let's sketch it. Let's sketch it the way it is. Here we have theta. Here we have angle. That one is Q. This one is A. And this one is B. This one is P. We have A, Q, and P. A, Q, and P. Here we have A. Here we have Q. Here we have B. Now for that case, let's go back to AQ is 6 centimeter. AQ is 6 centimeter. AQ is 6 centimeter. And AB, that one is AB, common code, that is 4 centimeter. Now for that case, here is a theta. Let's say here is a theta. To this angle, 4 is opposite and 6 is hypotenuse, and adjacent we don't have. For that case, we use SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. That one is you use sine now to get it. Sine opposite we have it as 4. The hypotenuse we have it as 6. Now to get the sine inverse of that, now using your calculator wisely, shift sine inverse of sine inverse of 4 over 6, close the bracket. That one will be 4.81. 41.81. Now it is 2 triangle, you multiply by 2. 41.81 you multiply by 2, which will be 83.62. That will be 83.62 degrees. 83.62 degrees. I think that one is the length of the angle of AQP. The question need the angle of AQP. The question need the angle will be now. For that case, you look QA. That was the angle. The angle will be now 83.62. 83.62. Let's do the final question now. Let's do the final one. The last question. Let's do the last question. The last question says, calculate the area of the shaded region. Calculate the area of shaded region. How do you get the area of the shaded region now? For that case, you just, that one is to get the area of the shaded region. First, get the area of the segment. I think to draw like this. Let's sketch it. Let's sketch. Looks like this. This was, let's say this segment 1. Here we have that one is segment 1, and here that one is segment 1. The angle we have get it, that is 106.26. That one is, the angle is 106.26. That one is 106.26. That one is 106.26. Here we have 5 centimeter. Here we have 5 centimeter. Let's call it, that one is segment 1. First, you get the segment 1. Let's say you need to get the segment 1 first. This one is the segment. How do you get the segment 1 now? By just taking the area of the sector minus the area of the triangle. The area of the sector minus the area of the sector. For that case, you say theta is 106.26 over 316 pi r square. Pi is 22 over 7. R square is now, for that case, radius is 5. 5 squared is 25 times 25 minus the area of the triangle that you have. The area of the triangle here is now a half times 5 squared, that is 25 sine theta. Theta is now 106.26. 106.26. 106.26. Now, using your calculator wisely, you can get it. Let's say 106.26 over 360 over 360 times 22 over 7 times 25. That one will be 23.1917. 23.1917. This one will be 23.1917. 23.1917. That one will be 23.1917 minus a half times 25 sine theta, that is 106.26. That one will be 12.00 minus 12.00. That is minus 12.00. Now let's subtract the 23.197, 23.1917 minus 12.00. That one will be 11.1917. It will be 11.1917. 11.1917. Let's get for the segment 2 now. For the segment 2, let's draw the segment 2. This one is also look like this. Let's sketch it. It looks like this. This was there. Segment. This was how the segment looked like. Is that one? That was the shaded part. The shaded part. Let's just see. I think this was the shaded region. Here we have segment 1. That was segment 2. Let's say here we have 6 centimeter, and the angle in between we have the angle in between we have 83.62 83.62. That for that case now let's say to get the segment, this was segment 2, segment 2. Now let's say this was segment 2, this was segment 2. Here we have 6 centimeter. The angle in between we have 8.83.62. Now to get for that case, now let's say theta over 360. Theta is now 83.62 over 360 times 22 over 7 times r square is 6, that is 36, minus a half the area of the triangle, that is a half times 6 square, that is 36, sine theta. Theta is now 83.62. Now using your calculator, now you can get theta. We have 83.62 all over 360 times 22 over 7 times 36. That one will be now 26.281. That will be 26.281 minus the area of a triangle. Now that one will be a half times 36 sine 83.62, which will be 17.889. That will be 17.889. Now you subtract. Now you just subtract. Let's take 26.281 minus 17.889. When you subtract, you get 8.392. That will be 8.392. Now to get the area of the shaded region, to get the area of the shaded region, you add. Now you take the segment 1 plus segment 2. Segment 1 we have 11.1917 plus segment 2 we have 8.392. 8.392. Now when you add, you get 11.1917 plus 8.392. When you add, you get 19.58. The area of the shaded region will be now 19.58 centimeter squared. That will be our final answer. Now if it is your first time to watch this video, don't forget to share and subscribe, and I wish you all the best. Thank you.